Hi everyone, welcome to Data Analytics Blog. And if this is your first time in this channel, kindly click the subscribe button to subscribe to my channel and also the notification button to click on the notification button to be able to receive updates on all the tutorials I share every week on different data analytics tools and skills. So on this dashboard, I will give us the scenario about this dashboard, the problem statement. Like a sale company wants to create a dashboard showing information of year-to-date sales of all the regions based on sales quantity, profit, and profit margin of different regions. So I came up with this particular dashboard based on the scenario the customer wants, and also added my own trend and also insights that I've seen on the data to I added it to the customer request. And so I came up with this beautiful dashboard based on the scenario and the customer problem statement. So I did my analysis since the customer want to see different what's it called, uh, the the sales progress, sales and profits, profit margin of different region. So I did the filter based on the regions that the we that is on the data that is in the data. So we have like 4 regions there. So we can filter by different region to see the sales progress, the year-to-date sales of the particular region that we will filter by. If you filter by east, it will give us down to south, and also west. It will give us different information and insight that the customer wants to see based on that. So I did my analysis based on year to date, quantity, sales, profit margin, and also top 5 products, top 5 city by year to date, segments and shipping by year to date, and also sales progress and growth. That's year on year quantity, year on year sale profit, and also profit margin. We can see how the each region are improving or progressing on their sales performance. So now we will start by analysis. Okay, my dashboard background, I did it from in PowerPoint. So if you want me to do a video on this particular background, just put it on the comment section and I will answer to your request. So this is the data that I use for this particular dashboard. So we start our analysis now by getting the data into Power BI. So I'm go to text VFV and click on that. So bring it to data to Power BI. We are going to transform it here. So now we transform this data in Power Query Editor. So now we are transfer. I'm going to check for the data type for each of these. So we have the data type for the dates. So now we fix the data type for the date. I think we need to change it to date time. That's date. Change it to date time. So it's giving error. I don't know. So I'm going to change it. I'll still change it, but let's close and apply for now. So let's close and apply. We are going to be doing a different transformation and creating different DAX. So at the end of this video, I'm sure you will learn how to create different DAX formula for or to be able to build dashboard and different visual. So now we start our analysis. So we start our analysis, but the first thing that we are going to do now is to create the different DAX, different measures that we want to use. So, and the first thing that we'll do here, I'm going to create a calendar table, a date table for to be able to use it to connect it to our data. So date table help us to use time intelligence function. So I'm going to create a date table first. But before then, let me change our dates, I'm going to change it to date format. I will change it here, change it to date format. So I just want to show you here that you can also, after importing it, you can also do some transformation here. So also the ship date too, I'm going to change it to uh, date format. So now we start creating different DAX formula and mailed. So now the first thing, I want to create a date table. So go to data format and create table. I'm going to create table. Then I'm going to name my table as calendar. Calendar equals to calendar auto. So calendar auto will automatically create date table for us. So close and click enter. So it has created it using the modded data that we have. So now the next thing that I will create, I will extract my year, month and month number from the calendar table that I created. So now year equals to year, then calendar table that we created. So now I've done that. Click enter. So now I'm going to extract my month again, extracting our month. So month equals to, so I'm going to be using format because the month function that we have here is going to return, if I'm using the month function, it's going to return the month number, not the month name. So it's going to return the month number. So that's why we're using month for this particular. So month format, calendar date, then comma. So how do you want your month to be? Which format do you want to be it? The full month, or you just want to abbreviate it? But I want to abbreviate my own, so I'm going to use 3 for that. I'm going to, so now close. So if you had, if your hem, if it's going to, if you don't want to abbreviate it, you can just, you make it 4. If I make it 4 here, add it will change it, it will give me the full the full name, but I want to make it 3. I want to abbreviate it. So now again, I want to extract my month number because I'm going to be needed, I will need that. So month number equals to months, calendar date. So it's going to be giving us, you can see now it's giving us the month number. So now we can close it now. Now we start to create different, okay, I'm going to show us now. So we need to create the different visual that we need to see in our what's it called, we used to build our to create this particular dashboard that we have it. So I created some mails here. So I'm going to be starting, so we create mail based on year to date. So I'll create mail for year to date for all, for sales, quantity, profit and profit margin. So this is the year to date for, okay, I will just show us here. So this particular data is the year, this is the formula. I'm going to copy it now, then I will explain. Okay, I don't even need to copy it. So now I'm going to be creating this year to date for year to date DAX for the quantity, for sales profit and also profit margin. So now before then to I want to put all my method, I want to put it in a particular table so that when I need them, I don't need to be scrolling down. I will just pick it from here. So now what I will just do is I will click on enter, then click on enter data, and this table will be named all measure, then load. So the first method I'm going to be creating is year to date quantity. So year to date quantity, I'm going to be doing year to date quantity equals to, so there is a total quantity year to date function. So that's what we are going to be using, total quantity year to date function. Then sum, I'm going to be, my expression will now be my sum function. I want to sum up all the total orders, that's year to date order, quantity order, that's what I want to use. Then comma, close that bracket, then comma, then my calendar date. So my date will be the calendar date that I created. Oh, sorry, the order date. I think order date or calendar. Let's check. Is it order date? Let me check if it will work. So when I did it, it didn't work. So let me check if this will work. Or I need to change it to the order date. I think it's the order date I need to use. But let's check what I created if it works. It didn't work. So now I'm going to be using order date instead of the calendar date. So close the bracket. So now before then, let me quickly create relationship between our calendar date and the order date. So now let me check if this will work now. Okay, it still didn't work. Let's check for that. Let me create a relationship between them. Maybe it will now work. Not region, state, order date. So I created the relationship between our order date and the date calendar that we created. So you can see now relation is date. So now let's check if this what I did there work. Okay, it's even giving me error. It's giving error. Let me check why it's giving error. So let's use the calendar date now. If I don't know why this is giving error, so I'll just go and check for my formula there. Okay, and correct that. Let me check what I use. So I use order date here. So why is it not giving us error here? So let's check. See, it's correct now. So something is wrong with my formula. So let me just copy this and check if it will work. So I understand what this is saying. So I need to transform my data. I think some of the data are in, what's it called? I'm sorry for that. We should have done that in Power Query Editor. So before we even load the data. So I need to transform the data, some of the data into the right data type. So that is the reason. So go to data format now, the data view. So this is in text and it's supposed to be in whole number. It's supposed to be in whole number. It's in text. Even our sale supposed to be in whole number. Everything's supposed to be in whole number. Yeah. Quantity also is supposed to be in whole number. I was actually thinking it's in the right format. So we need to have done that, but it's not too late. So just make sure that you change it to whole number, or change it to whole number. So I think every other thing is okay, is correct. So change this change to number 2. This supposed to be a number. This also is supposed to be a number, not text. So now we have to be careful. That's why I say that we need to transform all the data into the right data type. If not, we have that same issue that I just have now. So that's just it. So I think we are good to go. You can see now that we have our data. We have our data in the right format now. So now the next thing that I need to calculate now is the year to date sales. So all I need to do is copy this. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, just highlight it, then copy, then click new measured. I'm going to do for sales, I'm going to do for profit, and also profit margin. So now create that. I'm going to change it to sales. Also, this quantity, instead of quantity, I'm going to change it to sales per order. So now close it. That's what we are going to just change here. So now the next thing, I'm going to calculate year to date profit. So another new mail, just be copying and paste. Since I've explained this, if you have any issue, just make sure that you can contact me or put it in the comment section. Then this, okay, sales profit, you can just write profit here. So now, okay, that's an error. I need to close the bracket. Oh, I'm making another error. No, so so before I can calculate my year to date, what's it called, profit margin, I need to calculate the profit margin first. So now I'm going to create a measure for that, which is sum of profit divided by sum of sales per order. So that's the profit margin. So our profit margin will now be equals to some profit divided by some sales per order. So that's our profit margin. So now I can now calculate. Oh, that's an error. There's an error here. I need to close this bracket. So now I need to now calculate our profit margin. That's our profit margin. So now I need to calculate it. I need to calculate the year-to-date profit margin now. So I'm going to be creating another measure and then put it here. So it will now be year-to-date profit margin. So I'm not going to be using, so that what I would now going to be using is, I'm not going to be using sum because I already sum it. I already sum up my profit margin. We've already done the summation. So I'm going to be using the profit margin, then comma, then sales or dates, the dates that we are using order. So I'm going to be closing that and change it to percentage. I'll change that to percentage. Yes. So now I've done all my profits. So now let me bring my, what's it called? Let me bring our background. Let me bring it to this place so that we'll be able to start doing our visual, creating some of the visual. So it's here, fit, then reduce the transparency. So now I've created all of this now. So it's time for me now to create. Let me use the new card. Since I've created everything in the first KPI, so now it's time for me to build the visual. So let's build that. For year to date quantity, this is it. So now let's remove this, try to build our visual, format it. I'm trying to format the visual. So I like to use this particular font, then change this to 25. Okay, you can bold it. You can still reduce the size. So now bring it to the front. I'm removing this label. I don't need it. So now I'm going to be showing the display units. Okay, to 2 decimal place. So now I'm going to go with this. So now for our, what's it called, or our area charts, I'll just use this. Okay, the sale order, month, then say per order. That's what I'm going to be using. Yes, sale per order here. So now I need to sort the month. So I need to sort it, sort by month. You can click that, ascending order. Okay, I need to go and sort the month. Let me sort the month here. Go to data view, then your calendar, click on months, then sort by month number, then go back to this plate, then sort by month again. You can see now that it has sorted. Okay, so the first one should be quantity. I'm using other quantity. Okay, so I need to format this. I think some of my other quantity is not showing very well. I think something is wrong, but I will still check. Or should we use, am I going to use, let me check this. No, I'm not supposed to use this. So I think something is wrong. Okay, I need to use this. Yes. So now we're going to remove this, remove the title, also remove the x-axis, remove the y-axis, remove this. The y-axis, before you remove that, remove the title too. So I don't need this. Okay, why are we having this like this? Something is wrong, but I'm going to check that. So let's continue with this first. Let's first deal with this. I will check that. So I'm going to be placing this here, putting everything here. So okay, so say order year to date sale, these two, we are using year to date profits. Okay, I think that was, we made a mistake. Okay, this is supposed to be sales and this is supposed to be profits. So sorry for this mistake. So this is profit, this is sale. And then this profit margin. So we are good to go with this. So now for our charts, to make our visual to come out in this particular way, so let me figure that out. So I don't know why it's not showing very well here. So let's start with the sales. Where is our sales? Then month, I actually use month. So why is it now giving us this? Something is wrong somewhere and I need to figure that out. So but let's continue first so that we'll not waste our time. I'll figure it out. So now to get our year on year quantity, year on year sale, that's the other KPI. So I did some other, I created some other, what's it called, other DAX. I created some method for that, which is the my previous year to date, to be able to calculate the year on year growth for that. And also icon, created DAX for icon, created DAX for color, and also icon color. So but the first thing now, we need to create our previous year to date. So this is the formula that I'm going to be using that. So we are going to be using calculate and sum formula for our previous year to this. So I'm just going to be copying this in order for our video not to be long, and I will explain. So now I'm going to create a new method. Put it here. So that's our previous year to date quantity. So it's going to be using, we are going to be using calculate, then sum followed by the sale order quantity, then date year to date, that's same period last year, and our e-commerce order date. That's how we are going to be calculating this particular previous years today. So we are using different function, that's the calculate and sum function, to filter for this or sale order quantity, then same period last year. We are filtering for same period last year from the order date. That is what we are using to calculate this. That's how to calculate to get the previous quantity or previous years to date or quantity. So I'm going to be entering this now. Also, I need to calculate it for, I'm going to calculate it for sale. So I'm creating new method again. I'm creating new method for this again. And then put it here. And then I'm going to be using sales for sales. So all I need to do is to just change it here, just like we did the other time when we are creating our year today. So change this to sales order. So do the same thing for profit and also for profit margin. So now I'm doing for profit now. Change this to profit. Then change this to profit too. Click enter. So for profit margin, so I'm not going to be using sum function for that because we already sum it. So we just use the calculate. We're going to just be using the calculate function only to just remove the form for sum function. So now we can now calculate our year on year, which is the difference between what's it called, year to date divided, the difference between year to date and previous years to date divided by previous what's it called, divided by previous year to date. So that's what we are going to be using that. So if you see it here, year on year quantity, this is the formula. Year on year quantity will be previous years. I will just copy it, then I will explain for us to not have this video to be long. So I'll copy it here. So now year on year quantity will be year to date quantity that we created first minus previous years to date quantity we just created and divided by previous years to date. That's year on year quantity. So now, and I'm going to change it to percentage. Our year on year quantity will be in percentage. So now, and then copy this, create another one, and do it for sales. So this will be for sales. So now this will now be year to date sales year to date sales divided by previous years to date sales, minus year to date sales, previous years to date sales, then divided by previous years to date sales again, then take it there, be in percentage. So I will just copy the rest. You can see now. So I'm going to do it for profit and also profit margin. Profit, year on year profit. So I'll just copy it here. So I hope you understand the logic and the DAX now. So now we're going to be copying. I'm going to be doing that for profit too. And see. So I'm going to copy it again, do it for profit margin. I don't want this video. Profit margin, we do the same thing for profit margin. Create a new mail again. Okay, I think my profit margin. So now, so we have calculated that. So now the next thing that I want to do, that I want to calculate, is the icon. I want to calculate this particular icon for each of these. This icon, this icon for each of these increase and decrease icon. So that's the next thing that I need to calculate now. So now I'll start with the quantity icon. So now it's just for us to create or call a variable for that. Then I'll copy this and explain. So create new. So that the quantity icon will now be equals to, I call a variable positive icon, which is equals to Unica equals to 960. That's the code 9,650, and the positive icon code is 9,000. What's it called? Oh, 660. So our result will now be if year on year quantities is greater than 0, positive icon, else negative icon. So now return the result. That's what we are going to be doing. So it's just for us. So when you call a variable, just input unicard. That is a function unicard, which is this. So let me just do that here. Let me explain. Unicard. So it's 9,560. That's the code number. So again, you will input the negative Unica code, and so we now write if statement. The result equals to if year on year quantity is greater than 0, positive, then else negative. So it will return the result for us. So we are doing the same thing for. So now we close this, enter, click on enter. Then now you now do the same thing for sale. So I will do the same thing for sale. So say this will now be sale icon. So now here I'll just write if year on year sale. So you just change this to year on year. That's what we just copy and paste, then change this to year on year. That's the only thing you are doing here. So click enter again. Create another one for profit. and here write profit. Then here you write profit here. So our year, this one will be our year-on-year profit. So again, write another one for profit margin. So this one will be profit. I can just call it PM icon. So this way will be profit, year-on-year profit margin. So enter. So we created for everything now. So now the next thing now is to do the color code. Oh, sorry, I mean this particular icon color and also our shape color. So we'll do for icon color, then we'll do for shape color. So now, so I'm going to be writing another one, which is this sale colored. So quantity color we've done for icon. So now we do the quantity color. So if our year on year, so this is just, we just writing an if statement for that. So if our year on year is greater than 0, green on, if it's else red. So that's what we are going to be doing for that, and we'll do it for the code too. We are writing the same thing for code. So now let's start with this. So if our year-on-year growth is quantity is greater than 0, green, then if it is blah blah if it's else less than, so red. So now we click on that. So now I'm going to copy this and write the same thing for other KPI, which is sales. So if year-on-year sales, so copy that, then do the same thing for profit and also profit margin. Copy and profit. So we are doing this for profit, then profit margin. And let's do it for profit margin. Like this. Then profit margin color. Let me just write PM color. So here will be margin. Profit margin. So now the next thing again is what's it called, the icon color. So now I need to do the icon color too, this or this particular icon. So we need to do the color, we need to set the color to a particular code, set it. So we are going to write statement for that, the same statement, that's what we are going to write. So you just need to change the title, or yes, is it the name or the title? That's what we are going to just change there. Excuse me. So now we write this for all the KPI too. This is for quantity. So all you need to do again now, so go to sale icon, sale color, copy it, then write a new measure, click on new measure, then paste it, then you just write sale icon color. That's what you are just going to be doing. So do it for profit too. Go to profit color, copy it, then write a new method. So you will know the reason why we are doing all this, we are creating all this when we are doing our, so write this as, so you see the reason why we are doing that. We are creating all this because it seems as if it's not necessary. It's actually necessary. So again, profit margin. First, I need to create. I need to copy that profit margin color. Okay, profit margin. Okay, PM color. So I will just copy that. Then create new. So now I'll just write PM icon color. So now we are done with all the necessary measures that we need for this particular visual, for this dashboard. So now it's time for us to start creating them. And you will see the importance of all these things that we have created, all the DAX that we have created. You see their importance. Now, to start with, I'm going to be inserting a, what's it called? I will insert a shape. I'm going to insert this shape. So now, okay, so insert that shape, then copy this and paste. So for our, let me open this. For our profit, or what's it called? Quantity, year-on-year quantity, for all the year-on-year sales and growth, or year-on-year quantity, this year-on-year quantity, I'm going to remove this. So now I'll put it like this. So let me format this. Because I'm going to be using it for the rest. So let's format it. I will only format, just decrease the front. Okay, that's too much. So year-on-year quantity. So now, then let me paste order here. So now we have this. Again, I need this again for my icon. So I'm going to be creating 4 icons also. So you will see 4 icon. So for this, for year-on-year icon, I'm going to be using that's quantity icon. Where is it? Put it here. Can you see now? So now for what's it called? Year sales icon. So this to profit icon, check for profit icon, then profit margin icon, profit margin PM icon. Okay, so now we have all these icon now. So now I need to create our sales, our color. That's the icon color, our sale color, profit sub color. So now the first thing that I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove this, remove everything here. Then that's from shape and style. Go to size and go to background, put on the background, then click on this or conditional formatting, which is this FX. So now I'm going to be setting the rules. Then which field do I want to? The first field is the quantity color. Quantity color, that's what I want to do. So if this quantity color is equals to green, so I need to make sure you write it the same way. It's case sensitive. So if it's equals to green, so I'm going to be using this particular green. Let's use this green. New rule, and if it's equals to red, set it to red. So can you see now? Because remember we set our sale, or what's it called, sale color, we set it to the icon, we set it, our quantity icon, where is this? Let me explain this, not this. So you know we set it to a particular condition, that if our year-on-year quantity is equals to 0, is greater than 0, let it be positive, but otherwise if it is not greater than 0, let it be negative. So because our year on year, can you see now, our year on year, this is our year on year or quantity now is less than 0. That is why we are having this particular, or we are having this here. That's why we are having this red color. So that is why our sale, our quantity icon color is now equals to quantity icon is equals to red, because we set the year on year to red. So now we just put this here. I want to set it. I will group them. That grouping is another. So we'll just group them like this. Okay, let me just, so click on this, then go to format and send this to back, so that we'll be able to view them. So now let's just set this, make sure that everything is aligned here. So I'm going to click this again, then click this and group them. Go to format again and click on group. So now if you are moving it now, everything is moving together. Everything is moving together. So now you can now adjust this. You can adjust this too. So bring it here. You can now bring it here. So you can adjust it. Just make sure that everything is aligned. So that is what we are having here now. Okay, so we can just make sure that you align everything. So now I'm going to copy this. I want to copy this shape, and I'm going to use it for the other. So just the shape, that's what I copy. So you can copy it before you actually use it for the rest. So now I'm going to go back. So I need to align this shape. So just make sure that everything is aligned. That's just the main thing. Align it and set it well. So now, so this now, not waste our time. So now go back, click on this, then go back to this and set. All you need to do is to set this place to sales color. So we are doing for sales now. So this is for sales. So let me just do for the rest. Copy this. Let me copy this. So now again, click on this, go to this style background, then this, set this to profit color, then click OK. You can see now it has changed because it's in positive. So if by the time I change this to, you will see now that it's in positive. So now again, click this and set it to profit margin color. Good. So now here for our visual, yeah, okay, this. So this will be our year to date sale. And this will be our year to date profit. And this, oh, oh sorry, year on year profit, not year to date. So this will be our year on year profit margin. So I need to set this to percentage. So I need to also set this to percentage. So you can see now that our year-on-year profit and year-on-year profit margin are in positive. That's why we are having growth. So now the same thing, just set this like this. So make sure that you group them the same way I did the other time. So we are done with all our sales growth year on year or sales quantity. Now the next thing now is to do other visualization, other chart. That's top 5 products by year to date, then top 5 city by year to date. So that's the next thing that we need to do now. So now I'm going to be bringing or using a column chart for that. So I'll use this cluster column chart, bring it here. So now for my top 5 products, so I will now use product, or that's products by year to date. That's what I will do. Sales, first is sales, then product name. No, not this. So product name, That's product name here. What's wrong with my icon? Product name, then year to date sales. So now, okay, sorry, my icon is actually misbehaving. So I'm bringing this to y hat 6. Oh, sorry, this to y hat 6. So now I need to filter for top 5 products. So open your filter, then come right there, here, and click on basic filtering, top 10. Then write 5 here. You can do top 10 depending on what your client is asking for. Then you now filter by year to date. Then apply filter. So now we have it here. So now let's format this. So for here, I'm going to be switching of this, then this. Then for x-axis, remove this, change it to this. Just format it to what you want. Black. Okay, we are good to go. Then the title. So I'm going to be writing my product. So this, put it here. Then we can reduce it or text. The background, I don't need the background. Then data label, I need the data label. So let's just work with the value. This, then change it to any font that you want. But I like this Cabrera font. So now our column. So show all here, click on show all. Then I'm going to be putting some other color like I did. I think I'm still aligned. Okay, I think I use this too. I use this. Okay, I use this. Then I think I use this. Okay, so just use the color that you want. You don't have to repeat mine, so just use that. So I can still change the color code to this. So now just copy this and paste. So first, remove this filter because I'm not going to be using this particular filter for this one. So I need to remove it. So here will be, I will now change this to city. Oh, is this city? Yes. I'm changing it to city. Something is wrong with my icon. So I'm changing this to city. So this will be top 5 city. So I'll bring my year to, so apply. So I just change this to city, then top 5 city. Something is wrong. So now I cancel that. So now I will do the basic filtering again, because you have to remove the filter on that first. I do copy and paste. Oh, I copy and paste the chart. So remove the filter on it. So you can, for also not have an error, you can create another error. You can create another visual for that. So now I'm going to be doing my formatting again. This is my top 5 city. Change this to this. I will just follow this. Change this to this. Then change this to this. So now for the data label, I'm going to be doing display unit, let's see, by 1000. Okay, so now the title, it will now be top 5 by city. So now we are good to go. So now the next thing is our donut chart. So I'll do that by segments, year to date by segments. That's what we are going to be using here, and also for year to date by ship type. So now year to date, then segments, customer segment. So now you just need to format it. Let's format our legend, then remove the legend title. We leave it like this. Also title, sorry, let's format it. So now what else? Okay, the data label and the slicer. The data label will just be percentage of total only, then the value, so now our slicer is just change 1 or 2 things, then change that to this. Okay, so now background, remove background. This data label, you can still put it. So now copy this and paste. Copy this, then paste. Paste this, then you just, all you need to do is just change this to city, to shipment mode, shipping type. So remove this. So what are we changing here to? All we need to do, our slicer, that's the only thing we need. We are changing it. Then the title. Oh, okay, let me just leave it that way. So now we are good to go. So no, the title, we need to change the title here. It's not the same. That's by chip type. Shipping type. So now we are good to go. So the next thing that we need to do is this our area chart. That's what we need to figure out now. Okay, let's do our slicer first before we figure out our what's it called, before we figure out the rest of the charts that we are having, I'm having issue with. So now, okay, I need to do the slicer. Click on slicer, then just bring, since they want to just view, the customer want to view or information based on the different regions. So I'm just going to add region to the slicer. Then I'm going to format the slicer, remove slicer heading. I'm going to be using tie for that. So for this, I'll remove this. I'm going to be removing that. So now we can now put all that in the slicer values. So I will just change this to this color. I'm going to change this to this color. Okay. You can just leave it in that color, in black, depending on what you want to do. So now just increase this and bring it here. So now I have that now. So I have my slicer. So you can filter for various, or what's it called, various or region that you want to filter for. You can see now that it's moving. So we are not done yet. I still need to add the area chart here. I still need to add that. I'm trying to figure that out. So let's do that together. Okay, so all I will just do now, start our visual with this. So now I will just insert area chart. Insert area chart here. So now my open this and open this. So now for quantity, it will be quantity. Okay. So I'm going to be searching for order quantity in x-axis and months in y-axis. Months in y-axis. So now, so let's format that. Remove this this y-axis. I'm going to totally remove everything. For x-axis, I will remove the title, everything too, plus the title. So remove everything there. So for title, I'm removing it to, then the background, remove it. Okay, for that x-axis, remove the title too. So now what else here? Okay, so now I'm going to the line, go to the line, then I will change the color to what I'm using here. I think I'll change it to this. Then this stroke, I'm going to reduce this to 0. So now I will just bring this here, like this here, and align it. So now all I need to do now, come right here and send this backward so that it will be changing. So now I'll copy this again, put it here, copy this, put it here, again and put it here. Okay, let me remove this. I'm going to put it here. So for this, so I'm going to change this to sales. Here, I'm going to change this to sales. Sales order. Again, come to this place. Send this to send this to the back, but change the color. I'm changing the color to this, the line color. I need to change it, changing it to let's use this. Yeah, so now here I'm going to use this here. Okay, let me send this backward too. Then year on year profits, change this to profit per profit, add it here. So remove this, so change the color to what you are using here. So here to profit margin, I'm going to change it to profit margin, remove this, then change the color to this. So now you just align it again. I'm going to send this to back for our KPI to show. So that is all about this, and I hope you have learned one or two things from this chart. I hope you have learned one or two things here. Let me bring up our card, our filter. So I hope you've learned different in here. I've learned in the process of this, I learned how to do various, or what's it called, how to or create various charts, how to create various mail data, and I have the understanding of each of those mail and how important they are. So now, and I hope you've learned one or two things. You've learned different skills to be able to improve your skills as a data analyst, or in any organization you are, you'll be able to actually create different sales reports for your organization. So I hope you've learned that. So now I just want to resize to do our slicer again, so that we can end this video. So I hope you've learned various things here. I believe you learned things to improve your skill as a data analyst. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe. So give me your feedback here. Give me your feedback. I need your feedback in this comment section. And also the links to the data is also on the video description. You can check that. Subscribe to my channel, and also make sure you share, comment, and click the notification button. Bye.